Good morning from Mossflower Hill Farm, where I have been sick the past couple of days and have not done any knitting or much of anything other than farm chores. Don't at me because of the sock in the background. I've been sick. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a little update. So during my sickness, I've been kind of low-key freaking out because I actually have 2 batches of yarn coming back from the fiber mill. And I had this brilliant idea in my haze that since I'm spending so much money on yarn to put in the farm store online this year, I should just knit all my Christmas presents. But first I went out to the barn and found that Harpoon somehow got up the steps to the loft and was just cozying herself up in the hay barn.
Have you just been like chilling up here? Yeah.
So after I rescued Harpoon and finished my chores, I came inside to come up with a game plan for all the Christmas gifts I'd be knitting. Okay, so the only reason that I feel slightly confident that I can do this is because I have 3 projects that I've already started. So I have this sweater that I started for a friend. I'm basically almost done with it. Just kidding. I have both the sleeves left and the hem, which is quite a lot of work. I hate sleeves, but I've gotten most of the way there. So that's a plus. I have this hat that I started, and it's just a basic stockinette hat in bulky yarn. So I'm feeling pretty confident about this hat. And then I have this sweater that I started at the beginning of this year and has kind of been put on hold since. I just need to do the neckline, the other sleeve. I'm almost done with this sleeve. But this was supposed to be the Stockholm sweater by Petite Knit. But this was like, I really didn't know what I was doing at the beginning of this year. I still don't know what I'm doing. But I had bought the yarn for the Monday sweater. And the Stockholm sweater, if you read the notes, you're really supposed to do it with like 2 strands of mohair. And I thought it'd be a good idea to do 1 strand of fingering and 1 strand of mohair. And well, the gauge is just really off. So this does not fit me. It's gonna fit my sister. But it's a beautiful color. It's so soft too. And then I have all these Lopi, Alafas Lopi, which is bulky. And so I'm hoping to do a couple of hats. I have my own 2-ply Icelandic lamb's yarn that I don't know if I have enough for a hat in this roll, but I have to use it because I rolled it into this yarn ball, and I think it'd be a good demonstration of what the yarn can do. But I have an idea for it, and I'll show you in a second. And then I have this like really funky East Frisian Lacan yarn that I just kind of wanted to see how it's been up. I don't know like what to do with this, but I have a feeling it's gonna hold its shape very well. And I have another hat idea for this, but I'm gonna do it last because I'm a really fucking slow knitter. And I found a hat, but it's like knit 1, purl 1, rib the whole way up, and I just don't know if I can like get it done in time. So that's gonna be last on the list. And it's gonna be like a challenge if I can do that because I'm so slow. I thought about learning how to knit continental, but I just don't think I have it in me. I'm definitely like an English knitter through and through, but maybe I can find a YouTube video on how to rib faster or something like that. So yeah, let me show you the patterns now. Okay. This is the hat I'm thinking of knitting. That's what it looks like on. It's the knit 1, purl 1 rib. It's called the Stockholm hat by Petite Knit. I think actually like the East Frisian Lacan yarn might do okay with this hat. She knits with 2 or 3 strands of like yarn together, but I'm just gonna try, and that equals a DK weight yarn. I'm just gonna try 1 strand and see how it turns out. And like I said, this is gonna be my challenge. This is the sweater that is by Ozetta that I'm knitting in my Alafas Lopi, or like my bulky Lopi. It's so beautiful. I think the yarn I'm using is probably gonna drape differently than this, because the yarn she's using is kind of like 50% cotton and merino, and mine is a bit more hardy, I would say. But yeah, that's just me always using different yarns than the ones that are suggested, because I like a challenge, but also I don't know. And then I'm upset that it never looks the way it does in the pattern, because that's just me. Okay, so this is the hat I'm thinking of doing in Alafas Lopi, which is Icelandic yarn. I've knit one of these hats before. I own a hat knit by a friend that is this hat, and my Kyle owns a hat that's actually this exact color, and they're just really beautiful and really warm. It's a very simple hat. You're knitting with 5mm and 6.5mm circular needles, which makes it go really quickly, and the pattern itself just like really isn't that difficult. And you only do this for 13 rounds, and then you're just like closing up the hat. So I'm gonna try knitting a couple of those. Okay, this is what I'm thinking of knitting with my sport yarn 2-ply Icelandic. It says sport there, but you can't always trust Ravelry. But I think this would be a good challenge, and it doesn't look super hard, so maybe a couple pairs of those, but we'll see how many of each I can knit in the next 40 days. So yeah, come get carpal tunnel with me and join me for the next 40 days of knitting, and let's see if I can get all of this done in time for Christmas.